shining bright through us right here. Spirit, you're the love in us, reaching out with every touch. Spirit, you're the voice in us, rising up beyond a hush. Yeah, we feel it, we feel it. Yeah, we see it, believe it, it's Spirit. Spirit, you're the breath in us, breathing all of us right here. Spirit, you're the grace in us, calming every fear right here. Spirit, you're the peace in us, spreading out across the world. Spirit, you're the power in us, flying like a flag unfurled. Yeah, we feel it, we feel it. We see it, believe it, it's Spirit. Spirit, you're alive in us, you're alive in us right here. Spirit, you're the light in us, shining bright through us right here. Spirit, you're the love in us, reaching out with every touch. Spirit, you're the voice in us, rising up beyond a hush. Yeah, we feel it, we feel it. We see it, believe it. We feel it, we feel it, we feel it, we feel it. We see it, believe it, it's Spirit. We see it, believe it, it's Spirit. See it, believe it, it's Spirit.
What a lovely day for tie-dye socks and a pair of mismatched shoes. You're pretty bold with your feet and pretty off with your beat in life, and all you do or don't. You're ever cool when things go wrong. Let's sing your favorite song. According to me, first you sow, then you reap. Hey, let go till be free. Let's dance, whatever music's playing. Along the road, let's take it. According to me, I can groove, you can flow. Give a voice to our souls out loud. The moment's for the taking. The joy is in the making. Oh, you follow with a silly grin.
Good morning, Unity family. This is Richard, and thank you for coming to our Sunday celebration. And as always, we are so grateful that you have joined us here today. Today we have a guest speaker, Dosi, and she'll be diving into a lot of things about our times and how we can work with the inner self. We call it the talk, A Moment of Clarity with Dosi, so that'll be up later. And today I wanted to address with most of you that, we're in times where the energy shift is really taking a toll on a lot of us. I mean, I can only speak for myself, and I know I've been experiencing reactions from other people that, it's been more than 6 months now that most of us have been quarantined. We make our little visits here and there. I know I have to go into my job. I have to go into the building like tonight. I go into the building, and that's usually my only time out, whether I'm other than going out to my porch or going out to, my deck, or going out to, running an errand with family or whatever. But other than that, we are confined to our area, and a lot of times we take chances because we want something feels unfulfilled. And a lot of time that feeling of unfulfilledness is something that's in us that triggers us. I know, and again, I have to speak for myself, but I know that recently I've gotten a lot of triggers and a lot of things, and I know that me personally, a lot of things are coming up. And a lot of it comes from, programming. From back in the day, things that shouldn't happen, things that we feel ashamed of, things that we're mad about, things that are bothering us. And that's the work we're here to do. In my advanced metaphysics class, we talk about one of the books is called Jesus CEO, and it's basically seeing Jesus as someone who would be a CEO in a company, and talks about how he ran his teams and how he worked with people. And two of the biggest things that always come up is responsibility and forgiveness. And I think that's where I want to start today's service with, especially because of the talk we're going to hear today, is that we need to look at the things that have happened in our lives, the things that we are feeling in our lives. Are we willing to take chances to do things because we feel lack of, if we don't do this, this isn't going to work out anymore. If I don't get this, are we feeling less than? I personally, like I said, I've been triggered by many things. If I sat here and did a testimony of, how many times I get people in my ear, or how people are taking advantage of you in different aspects of my life. How, if I don't jump when people want me to jump, then it's okay for them to disrespect or call me out or things like that. But what I have to realize, whether you're sitting there going, well, what is he complaining about? I'm not. These are the things that trigger something in me, which tells me there's a memory, or there is something inside of me that is affected by what these people are saying or doing. And I've always said this: words are only as powerful as the power you give them. So when somebody says something to you, if you put power behind it, it will affect you based on your perspective and the power that you give it. So today's opening prayer, I'd like to revisit the Ho'oponopono forgiveness prayer and just take it and expand it a little bit more. We all have work to do. We all have something inside of us we haven't forgiven. There is somebody we haven't forgiven, but the most important person to forgive is me. I can get into a platform, doesn't matter if I'm at the church or I'm here at home or I'm speaking outside. I'm given many chances, especially with people outside of our unity who have asked me to step in and help or talk to someone. But in the end result, until I help me, until I forgive me, which is the most important person, there's not much work we can do, because we will allow our senses, our consciousness outside of us. And that's what our work here in Unity to do. It's not that we don't take care of the people inside the church, but our aim should be to aim toward the people outside who are looking not only for our teachings, but for the service that we can give. With that being said, let us remember, today I want to focus on what we need to work on, and then forgiving that part. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath, close your eyes, and just feel into this moment. And just again, take another deep breath, and with every exhalation, let gravity take its course. And just allow you to settle into the chair, or if you're laying down, or wherever you are, just become comfortable. On the third breath, let's breathe in deeply. And let's just pause for a quick second as we pick up everything that's not serving us today. And then slowly just let it all fall out. Let your shoulders sink. Let yourself continue to allow gravity to bring you into a relaxed state. And at this point, let's breathe deeply, but normally. Just make sure that we're filling our lungs and breathing out. And just allow the breath to go. And just continue to follow the breath. And with every breath, let us begin to see a light begin to become brighter in our heart center. And we know that this heart center represents the allness. It represents the Christ consciousness. It represents who we truly are. And as we breathe, continue to breathe into it, we allow that light to expand. Expands out to all the extremities of our body. We see it going down to our toes, up to our head, out to our fingertips. And not only do we feel it, but we begin to experience the feeling. We begin to feel, maybe it's a tingling around your body, maybe it's a warmth, maybe it's even a chill. Just allow that experience to continue and expand. And at this time, let us give thanks to the allness for allowing us to acknowledge that we are part of it, that we are in it. And before our master teacher did anything, he always gave thanks to the Father. He gave thanks to his source. He gave thanks to that which is our allness. So let us begin in a sense of gratitude as we begin our work. And as we say thank you, we now go deeper, and we continue to breathe as we sink deeper into time, sink deeper into this moment. We release that time. We release all that doesn't serve us as we enter into the silence for a few moments with just a question: what is it for me today to release? What is it for me to clean? What is it for me to let go in my subconscious, in my inner child, in my heart, so that I can be open and return to zero and be one with that which is divine? So again, what is it for me to release? What is it for me to clean? And what is it for me to allow myself to return to that 0 point, that perfect expression that is never separated from that which we call God? And we'll do that for a few breaths. And as we begin to see what it is that we need to work on, if you came up with many, choose one for right now and focus on it. If you didn't get anything, that's okay. We'll go ahead and do the practice anyway. And it hopefully will trigger something to be cleaned, to be released. But those that did get a message of what we need to release, let's go ahead and focus on it. And it may be emotional. So if you feel the need to let some tears roll, go ahead. It's okay. If it brings up feelings of anger or emotions, that's okay. We're about to do the work to help release that. Don't be afraid of your emotions. Feel them. Live through them. Because that's how we grow. So now that you have that in place, I'm going to go ahead and repeat the mantra or repeat the prayer 10 times. And repeat along with me as you see that thing being released, erased, cleaned, whatever it is that visualize that will help you become better. Let us begin. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Let's just take a deep breath here. You may feel a sense of lightness. You may feel more emotions. It's okay. That's the work we're doing. As we move through the mantra, we know that we say thank you because our mind brought up what we need to work. We say I'm sorry because we allow ourselves to know that we allowed our conscious mind to bring this up, to do whatever it was that caused us to be in this place. We asked ourselves to forgive ourselves, the most important person. And then we celebrate the reverence of ourselves, the love for ourselves by saying, I love you. And we are so grateful for this practice. We are so grateful to have this moment together. And we are so grateful for doing the work, which brings us that much closer to living our abundant life through our Christ consciousness. And today we continue that work throughout the day, and feel free to use that mantra if anything should arise during the day, and see how it feels. And in this allness, we continue to see the right, and we see and visualize that gratitude going out, and that abundance leaving us, as it is a gift of health, abundance, joy, peace, that we share from ourselves into the world. And it is done through the love and the nature of the Christ presence within us, and we say thank you. And we command it's done because we say it's so, and so it is. And we end our prayer with amen. And I hope that you stay in this moment as we enjoy the next song.
I'm working on forgiveness, working really hard, 'cause I've noticed how it lightens up my spirit and my heart. But there's still one soul who I beat up on, shame and blame and heap the crud on. What a painful price that little soul has paid. So face to face and heart to heart, I think it's time to say, I forgive you. You've done the best you could. I forgive you. I release you from the shoulds. I accept you as that perfect child of God you're meant to be. I forgive you. I wonder why it's easier forgiving someone else. Mothers, fathers, children, anybody but myself. Can I learn to love myself completely? The good, the bad, the cool, the geeky. Well, the pieces won't be falling into place till I can look with love upon this face. I forgive you. You've done the best you could. I forgive you. I release you from the shoulds. I accept you as that perfect child of God you're meant to be. I forgive you. You. You've done the best you could. I forgive you. I release you from the shoulds. I accept you as that perfect child of God you're meant to be. I forgive you. Me. I forgive you. Me.
Hey, I hope that song touched your heart on top of the meditation. I know I went deep in with it and got some things cleaned I needed to clean out and release. So I hope it helped you as well. And I hope the song helped to remind you that we are responsible for the things around us, because something inside of us is triggered and we want to forgive the most important person, which is ourselves. So with that, a few announcements again, as always. If you feel so moved to help us in this ministry and give, you can always do so by going to unityofnepa.org. Top corner, you'll see the contribute button. If you happen to go to our website on the phone, like many do, please remember to turn your phone lengthwise and the button will appear. If you happen to be watching this on our YouTube channel, Again, go to our main page of our YouTube channel, and on the top you'll see a small P. That's the PayPal link that will take you to where you can contribute there as well. And as always, you can mail in your contributions, and our wonderful office staff will take care of that for you. Coming up on the 9th is our World Day of Prayer. Again, on September 9th, the opening ceremonies will be at 8 p.m. our time, 7 p.m. Central, which is where they're done live. Just a reminder, I may or may not, I will announce that we may do a small prayer session, probably a half hour before, so we'll start about 7:30, and maybe spend that time praying together in many forms for the world's abundance, for the people we know, and just start our prayer practice, and then move into the opening ceremony where I'll do a watch party on Facebook Live. Then on September 10th, there'll be a few things going on, and what I'll do is I'll just turn over the watch party for each event. So at 9 a.m. we'll be listening to Eddie Watkins with live music going on. At 12 p.m. our time will be a bilingual prayer service. So here's a chance, and I've talked about this a lot, where Unity is now trying to give both us and our Hispanic community, our brothers and sisters in, who speak Spanish or who may be more comfortable with Spanish, a chance to be a part of this. So they'll be able to enjoy a bilingual prayer service. And again, the people that are going to be there: Reverend Ogan, who was my mentor, Reverend Juan, who happens to be my abundance teacher, Reverend Anna, who is from North Carolina. I met her during the prayer chaplain trainer certification when I went down there. So there is so many wonderful ministers and so many people playing a part in this. It's going to be a powerful event. You definitely don't want to miss it. Then on September 5th, on Saturday, September 26th, we have Soothing the Empath Within with our guest speaker today, Dosi. And again, talking about empath, I say it all the time, I'm not great on titles, but I do know the principles of being an empath, and I feel it daily. And sometimes I have questions, such as, when I get triggered, am I not only feeling my own emotions, but am I also feeling the emotions of the person who I allow to trigger me? So there's so many things, and in this time we definitely need to soothe that empath, kind of lessen it when we're in this type of energy. So $15, join us on September 26th. It has been added to the Facebook page as an event. I think I went ahead and I added it to the website already. I am praying to have the newsletter out, whether today or tomorrow, so that we get it on the 1st. So that'll be in the newsletter as well. So be a part of it. I always say it again, you need to be involved to evolve. Or as the old Lotto motto says, you got to be in it to win it. So if you truly want to change your lives, take part in these things. Next announcement is more outside of Unity, but it's still part of our Unity family because it's hosted by Tanya. And I think that what she's doing is a great impact to helping us gain the tools we need to build ourselves. Again, we can sit here and complain about everything in the world, but the only person we have control over is ourselves. And when we change ourselves, we change the world. So she has a workshop starting, in fact, tomorrow, if I'm correct. And it's called Sit, Stay, Breathe. And I believe it's a real important tool for all of us. And it is with Tanya. And it is a course for building a sustainable daily practice. And I'm not going to talk too much about it. Visit asoulfulspace.com and you'll get more information about it, how to enroll. And I will tell you that based on the schedule of what she's doing, if you truly have a problem or have not been able to get a daily practice going, I believe that this will be that stepping stone that can help you get there. So with that, let's talk about our daily word today, and I think it fits very well, and it is actually our daily word today. So Sunday, August 30th. And the word for today is light. And the affirmation for us is, the light of God surrounds me. Once again, the light of God surrounds me. Say it one more time with me. The light of God surrounds me. When darkness casts shadows in my life or in the life of someone I care about, I call upon the divine light that lives within me and expresses as me. Just as the light of the sun illuminates the sky, the light of God illuminates my mind, brightens my soul, and warms my heart. Even during life's darkest moments, the light of God is always shining within me, just as it shines within all people. Basking in this light, I find the strength and power to lift myself. Through acts of service and loving kindness, I can be the light that helps guide others through any darkness that they may be facing. Every smile, every kind word, every thoughtful deed, or every offer of help has the potential to brighten somebody's day. They rise in the darkness as a light of the upright, and they are gracious, merciful, and righteous. And that's Psalms 112. Verse 4. And again, that daily word speaks so much for us, because recently I had a friend who went out and he likes doing the paranormal thing. So he visits empty buildings, empty train stations in Wilkes-Barre and stuff like that. And he talked about meeting a homeless man who was asking for money. And it turns out that he met the homeless man and his family, who were living in an abandoned house, who couldn't make ends meet. And he moved forward to start a fundraiser because his goal is to help this family get on their feet, get somewhere, and get started again. And I was blessed because I gave whatever little I had to help with this movement. But on top of that, he called me up and he wanted me to speak to them. He said, Rich, I've heard you speak, I've heard you whatever. Those words of hope sometimes can help drive somebody to a better place. So I'm hoping that I can allow the gifts that I have to maybe inspire this person. Again, I can never motivate, but I can definitely inspire if you're open. And that's why we did our releasing today. That's why Dosi is here to talk about those feelings that we go through and moving through it. And this is why I wanted to become a Unity minister, not because of who I meet in Unity. You guys are already here. But the people that I can touch outside of here that one day may walk through our doors and say, Rich, I like what you're doing. I see what you're doing. And I see how you react to your challenges. And I want to be that person. I want that Christ light to shine within me so that I can help other people. And that's my mission. So with that, I don't want to take too much away from our guest speaker. Our guest speaker today we know her as Dosi, and she'll talk more about herself. And just to read a little bit about her story, she says, I was born like many others to a large dysfunctional family, feeling unwanted and referred to as the black sheep. I fell into many of the traps, as many of us do. Isolation, various addictions, loneliness, lack of commitment, various abuse became a great signature of my identity, but not my true self. No one could ever know and understand what was calling to me from within. I realized at a very young age that they actually didn't care to know. I began to develop what I came to know as my story, who I believed I was, and more simply put, as my identity. Regardless of the story, it has absolutely nothing to do with the truth of who Dosi always was and is. It took decades to push aside the lies I was told by others about my truth. I eventually realized I am only God's child, as there is nothing more, and all of God's creations are perfect. To know and believe this truth is to understand my story doesn't matter. It not only has no meaning, but simply is not important or the truth of me. Orgo, I am Dosi, dedicated, one with God, soul-searching, inspired. I know today my life is an example of how to grow spiritually every day in love, as the great masters have taught us. None of us are perfect. However, we strive to recognize our errors and correct them. I am a work of progress. I love my life, and I pray you do too. Dosi is a prayer chaplain at the Unity of Sedona in Arizona. And we had the privilege of her coming down to Unity to do a workshop. It was three of us, but that workshop left me. And like I said, I was blessed for her to come over to the home and really get into me about spirituality and spiritual growth. And I think she made a big impact in my life. So I am grateful that she did this. I'm grateful for the workshop. And she's always told me that she's more than willing to fly down when things open up again. So with that, I'm going to get out the way. We're going to play our next song, and then you will hear from Dosi.
I listen night and day for the tiny voices to tell me which way to go. I need to turn my indecisions into choices to learn what I already know. Questions come one by one, the answers there when we begin. The rules are made, don't be afraid. It's a game that everyone can win. Draw the line, don't cross over. Compromise will only slow you down. Changing minds move much slower. Choice is easy when you draw the line. Looking hard and long for the right solution while time is wasting away. Most distractions are a form of mind pollution, and temptation's always in the way. Just find your place, set your own pace. It doesn't matter fast or slow. And if you fall, stand back up tall. It's an opportunity to grow. So draw the line, don't cross over. Compromise will only slow you down. Riding high or sinking low, there's no question when you draw the line. True love so close you can feel it, and you wonder which way to go. Don't let confusion conceal it. There's only one choice you know. Draw the line, don't cross over. Compromise will only slow you down. Changing minds move much slower. Choice is easy when you draw the line.
Good morning. It's so wonderful to see you all. I am Dosi, and I am speaking to you from Sedona, Arizona. It is wonderful to be here with you, and I would like to thank your spiritual leader, Richard Pacheco from Unity of NEPA, for inviting me here. I have spoken at Unity of NEPA before. I actually had a workshop there about a year ago, a little over a year ago, and I hope that you were there. It was great being there. I'll actually be back again via Zoom the end of September, speaking about actually soothing the empath within, and I hope you all can join me, because during these trying times, we definitely need to do that. It's pretty emotional with everything that's going on. But today, what we're going to be speaking about is what a great time this is to be alive. And it is a great time to be alive. It's really wonderful that we are all here during such trying times, because it is a great time for us, specifically us, to be here. Because if you are tuning in today, you are some of the special people. And I say that because if you are tuning in, you have been listening to your spiritual leaders' messages. And that means that you are absorbing all of the wonderful advice and messages of the downloads that Richard receives, which are great guidance, actually, on how we can channel and accept what is going on here right now in this world, because many people can take what's going on and choose to make negativity out of it, which is so wrong. It's just so wrong. This is all very, I think, positive what's happening here. It may be appearing as negativity, but these are great opportunities for us to make extremely positive transferences for us. And I'm hoping that today you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But first, before we proceed, let's do something that I think is so important right now. And let's really calm down and close our eyes if we choose. If not, that's fine, but let's inhale love and exhale peace. And inhale love, exhale peace. Inhale love, exhale peace. And if you're by yourself, know that everyone you love, living with you in spirit or body, is with you right now. I know that times can be very challenging. Many of us have gone through a lot of different things in our time. We don't always like to go through them, but it's inevitable. That's what life is about. Our egos like to jump right in there and say, just when you thought everything was great, boom, here's a little more for you. And sometimes it'll say, just when you thought you'd have enough, here's a little more. And I say, get thee behind me, ego. There are others that have taken on a lot more than I have. And you're not going to get me down. You're not. Because I know that I have God on my side, and I'm on God's side. And you can't beat a team like this. There's no way. Better than my ego has tried to get me down, and it's not going to happen. Not in this lifetime. It's not. I've been kicked around by the best of them. And believe me, the best of them have done a number. It's not going to happen because I'm going to get right back up again. And there's a lot going on. There is a lot going on in this lifetime. And one thing I can honestly say is that we have had pestilence, and we have had wars, and we have had politicians, oh please Lordy, we've had a lot of them. And just when you think you've had enough, another one pops in. And they definitely keep us on our toes, but we put them in there, so what are we going to do? And we've had a lot of diseases, and they take all shapes and forms, but sooner or later, they're going to be gone, sometimes later, sometimes sooner, but we have to do what we have to do, you know, and life will kick us in the patookie. And if you don't know what a patookie is, make up your own name. I'm sure you can think of one. But, you know, many countries have put up with an awful lot. They really have. And we've taken our fair share, but there are other countries that have had their fair share too. And a lot more than we have, if you believe it or not. And I mean, they've had their buildings bombed out. They've been starving. I can't even comprehend some of the things that some of the countries have had to put up with. So I look at some people and I think, wow, I'll take mine. Thank you. I'll take mine. You deal with yours, I'll deal with mine. And I just don't know what to say. When I look at what some of the people put up with, and you know, we have an awful lot to do. It's time for a change. We know it's time for a change. When my grandmother was around, I mean, she died at 103, and I'll tell you what, she lived and died the way she wanted to live and die. And she was a tough woman. If I could be a third of the person that she was a good person, I'd be a good woman, I'll tell you that. And she went through a lot in her day, a lot. And she saw a lot. I don't know if I could have done what she did, but then, you know what? I don't know if our children could go through what I've gone through. So, but we don't know if we're going to be able to go through what they're going to go through. So we can only do what we do today. So let's worry about today. Whoops, done worrying. That second is gone. So we go back to the old adage, there's two things, and they're both four-letter words, love and fear. Love and fear. I'm not going to get into that fear thing anymore. I'm just not, because I could spend the whole day in fear and then nothing happens. So that's one more wasted day. Is that what we're going to do, folks? Spend our day wasting it on fear? I can't do it. I can't do it. No, I'm going to take that back. I won't do it. I just won't. It's too much wasted time. And at my age, I don't know how much of that time I have left to waste. And I'm not going to waste it on that. We've got people that come home from wars. Some of them look like they're perfectly fine, but are they perfectly fine? We got that PTSD going on. I don't know what's in their heads. I just want to hug them and love them and hold them and pray that they're okay. And then I see the ones that have physical damage that I can see. And I just want to hug them and hold them and love them and thank them for their service. And then I see people that suffer right here, every day. I don't know what they're going through. And I don't want to guess because they don't know what I'm going through. And I want to hug them and hold them and love them. But what are they going through? They don't want me to do that. They want to fight it out and struggle it out themselves. So I let them. I'm not going to force myself on them. So what do? I go within and I see the light that's within me and I expand it. I expand it. And I try to be the best person I know how. I'm trying to not be pushy, which for me, some people say I am. Well, that's who I am. I'm trying to be myself. I want to be the love. If I see that there's something I think you need, I'm going to make it available. Take it or don't take it. I'm not going to force it on you. If you want it, it's there. If you don't want it, don't take it. But always know that it's there for you. It's there. Take it. If you don't want it, honey, somebody else wants it. Somebody else wants it. I wonder sometimes how many people put the signs out there for me, but I didn't recognize them. So I want to make sure that people know the signs are there for them. Some people think it's pushy. Okay, but I don't want it to be mistakable. I don't want people to think that, is she telling me it's okay to come and take her hand? Or was she just waving? You know, I don't want that little girl sitting on the side of the road wishing just one person would hug her, one person would care, to think nobody ever cared. I am going to be the person that cares. Are you? Maybe you're not that person. That's okay. That is okay. Do what you can to be the change. Do what you can. If it's make a phone call to a friend, then make a phone call to a friend. Did you have an argument with somebody that you wish you hadn't? Make a phone call. If you don't care and you're still angry with that person, then be angry. But was it worth it? Was it worth it? If you can't make a phone call, send a text. I'm sorry we ended our friendship this way. I miss you. If they don't text you back, okay. But they may just be sitting there saying, I'm sorry, I miss you too. What did it hurt? What did it hurt? Be the change. Be the change. Give yourself a chance. How short is life? If we don't know how short it is now, we never will. Look at this. Look what's going on, folks. We have rioting in the streets. We have politics that is just ridiculous. We have wars going on. We have disease going on that we're the only ones that can control it. Don't blame anybody else. We know what we need to do for ourselves. Do it. Don't blame anybody else. Take responsibility. Take care of yourself. Don't put it on anybody else. Take care of yourself. We don't need to blame anyone, okay? Let's take care of ourselves. That's what we need to do. Grow a garden in our yard if we can, in a pot in a window. Help a neighbor if we can. If you can't help a neighbor, send a note. Put a note in the door. Make a phone call. wave. Make a phone call to somebody that could help somebody else. Be nice. It doesn't hurt to be nice. Be godly. Be nice to yourself. If you can't be nice to anybody else, be nice to yourself. This is what being godly is all about. And I want you to remember, keep this in mind, folks. Oh, gosh, if you know anything about me, and some of you do and some of you don't, that old light at the end of the tunnel, that is my favorite thing. The light at the end of the tunnel is not an oncoming train. It is not an oncoming train. It's you. The light is you. Walk towards the light, folks. It's you. You are the light. You are the light. And the closer you get to the light, the larger it gets. And that light is not off in the distance. It's within you. The light is within each and every one of us. It's within each and every one of us. It's not on the outside. You think it is. It's not. It's within you. And you can see it, not with this, your inner eye. It's coming through your crown chakra, into your heart. It's expanding within, and it's shining without into the world. Let that light shine. And the more you let it shine throughout your body, it's going to shine outside of you. And it changes everything around you. Trust me. Your energy, your own energy, changes everything around you, and it changes everything and everyone that comes close to you. And if each and every one of us do this, then we are the change. We are the change. We change ourselves, we change people that come near us, we change people that come near them. They don't even know it's happening. They don't even realize why they are changing. They don't realize that they are becoming the change, because then they are seeing the light. They are seeing the light within themselves. There's no darkness. There is no darkness. And when that depression comes around, that's your ego saying, what the heck is this? What the heck is it? I don't like this. I don't like this one darn bit. I don't like this. Turn out this light. And all you have to do is say, ego, get thee behind me. Get thee behind me. And I just want to lay down in bed and pull the blankets over me. And I said, wait a minute, whoa, not doing it. Yes, I'm just going to sleep an extra hour. You know what? I'm not going to get out of bed today. Wait a minute. Who's running this war anyway? Who is running this war? This is my tunnel, and I'm not turning the lights out. No. Taking the bed sheets off, taking the blankets off, I'm getting up. I'm getting up, and I am getting outside. I don't care if it's just my back porch. I am not staying in bed today. I am not. Maybe I can't walk down the street. I am not staying in bed. I am not. And I want to tell you, you think that's easy? It's 105 degrees in Sedona, Arizona, folks. 105 degrees. You think it's easy to go outside? No. But I am not letting my ego make me stay inside. I'm not doing it. I'm not. My ego is not winning. Now, I'm not staying outside long, let me tell you that. But I'm not staying in bed. I'm not doing it. because my ego is not going to win. I am the light. I am the light. I am as God created me. I will to be the Christ on earth. I am as God created me. I will to be the Christ on earth. I am as God created me. And God did not create darkness. Let there be light. Let there be light. I am as God created me. I created the ego, not God. I created the ego. I let my depression sink in. No, get thee behind me. I am going to make the difference. I am going to be the difference. Are you? Are you going to be the difference? You can be. What do I have going on today? All right, my arthritis is killing me today. All right. Does that mean my telephone doesn't work? I'm going to call a friend. It's busy. I had to leave a voicemail. What's the voicemail? I really could use a friend today. It drives me crazy that I have to leave a message like that. Why? Because I feel weak. You know something? A friend is a friend or they're not. I could really use a friend today. I just thought I'd leave a message. It would be great to hear from you. Swallow your pride. Make that phone call. Be the change. Because you know something? Let me just suggest one thing. Did it ever occur to you? Did it ever occur to you that maybe your friend would like to know that you actually value them as a friend? Did it ever occur to you, strong person that you are, that your friend might be surprised to hear that you value them or need them to pick you up? Just think about it. Probably never occurs to you because you think they're so strong. Why in the world would they ever think you needed them? It's not all about you, honey. It's not all about you. It might just be that they could use a call like that. Maybe not, but I'll bet a dime to a donut they would appreciate a call like that. Wow, they need me? They actually need me? Let me make a phone call. Just saying, it can't hurt. What could you lose? Give it a shot. Open up your heart. Let some of that light out. It may just be about them today. You think you need something? Maybe they need something. How about that? I am as God created me. And God created you to be a good, caring, loving person. Do you think you are? Do you think you're a good, caring, loving person? Or only when it suits you? Just asking, not saying, just asking. Just saying, just asking. And I just wanted to say something, and I don't know if you even know this. If you are on this service, this is a Zoom program. Do you know that you can download Zoom on your computer and you can dial up your friends on Zoom for 40 minutes and do this for 40 minutes for free? Did you know that? You can actually speak to each other on this, not on your telephone, on your computer, and talk to each other for free. Did you know that? You could. Why don't you try it? Wouldn't that be exciting? Just saying, maybe you know that. I don't know. Do they know it? Maybe they don't know how. Maybe their grandson or granddaughter or one of those little teenagers that know everything in the world could download it for them. And you could just do this. Maybe I'm the only person that doesn't know how to do all this electronic stuff. But I'm just saying, it's time for a change. Time for a change. Little things like that, you know? We've got disease, we've got politics, we have people rioting in the world, we've got people that are angry, all that anger, and we know this because your spiritual leader tells you that anger is just fear. There's that 4-letter word again, fear. Let's flip that into love. Let them talk, let them be angry, and then love them. Let's try to get that anger into love. What can we do to turn it into something constructive? What can we do to make it constructive? Let's make it love. How about that? Let's make it something constructive. Once a week, what can we do to have dinner together on Zoom? Let's have dinner. Let's have lunch. Let's have breakfast. Let's talk about each other. Let's cry. Let's talk about our issues. Now, what can we do? Today, we're going to talk about your issue and what can we do to make it positive. Don't feed the anger, feed the love. Okay? Don't tell them they're right to be angry. You understand why they're angry. But what can we do to try to understand how we can turn that into something that would make their heart not hurt? Okay? Be the change. Like they did in Russia when they had that big nuclear explosion and all the Americans and other countries went in. They didn't go in saying, oh yeah, we're the Red Devils and we're hateful and we're this and we're that and gee, I can't, we hate you too. You hate us, we hate you. No, we're here to help you. I know you don't want me to help you, and I know you still hate us, but that's okay. We're still going to help you. I know that during the war you did this to us and you did that to us, but we're here to help you. I understand why you hate us, but we're here to help you. And when the Japanese came over and they bombed Pearl Harbor, well, should we hate all Japanese because they did that? They were soldiers just like we were. Okay? Should we hate every German because of what happened during the Holocaust? It was a horrible, horrible, horrible thing. We've got to move forward. The forgiving, the loving, we've got to move forward. Should we hate every person for things that happened before? We've got to move forward. Somewhere we have to learn to love, to heal, to put God into this and move forward. Let's do this. Let's love. Let's heal our hearts. But we have to heal our hearts. Not everybody's going to heal their hearts. Not everybody is. We have to start here. Let's heal our hearts. You may not heal your heart. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to love you anyway. I am going to love you anyway. Okay? I have siblings that are the most racist, sexist, hateful people. I can't be around them. I don't forgive them for things they have done and things they have said, but I love them. and I pray for them. I cannot be around them, but I pray for them. And I hope that someday they will understand how misguided they are. I really do. I cannot understand their way of thinking. I really can't. I don't get it. We were raised in the same house. I don't get it. But their souls are pure. Their souls are pure. Their minds are twisted, but their souls are pure. And we need to understand that we are all God's children. So please understand, we are all God's children, all God's children. We don't need to forgive and understand and love the things that people do, but we need to love the souls that they have, that God's children, they are God's children. Please understand this. Please take this into your heart and know this is the truth. We are as God created us. We will to be the Christ on earth. We will to be the Christ on earth. We can only try, but we must try for ourselves. We cannot make people what they are not. We can only love ourselves and be the best that we can be. And I trust that you look around yourselves, don't take it personally. Don't take it personally. These people are angry people. They're angry people. They're in pain. They're in hurt. Whatever it is that happened to them, whatever it is that makes them the way they are, I pray that they will someday see the light within themselves. And until they do, all I can do is see the light within myself and live accordingly. And I pray that you do the same. Please go within and inhale. Inhale the love. Exhale the peace. Inhale the love. Exhale the peace. Inhale love. Exhale the peace. And I truly hope that you go on your spiritual leaders' Facebook page and the church's newsletter, and that you'll look at the information for the upcoming September workshop that I'm going to have. It's $15 for a 3-hour workshop, and it's interactive. You can ask questions, we can speak, and it's all about soothing the empath within. It's an amazing class, and it really will help you to deal with all of the negative energies outside and separating those energies from your own. And I truly hope that you can join me. It's a wonderful workshop. It really is. And I love you all dearly, and I hope that you can join me. Thank you so much. Take care.
Look into a child's eyes. Tell me what you see. Reflections of the hopes and dreams of what we're here to be. We are I believe with all my heart. Each soul is good. We are born for greatness. Everyday greatness. Born for greatness. Every day, yes, we are born for greatness. Everyday greatness. Born for greatness. Every day, yeah. It isn't just the righteous stuff for all the world to see. We do great things every day. Quietly, 'cause we are born for greatness. Everyday greatness. Born for greatness. Every day, yes, we are born for greatness. Everyday greatness. Born for greatness. Every day, yeah, 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 yeah.
I hope you got a lot from that talk. And what a powerful talk. And I am so grateful for Dosi to bless us with that talk today. And again, if you want to find out more about her or the books she recommends, you can go to iamdosi.com, as well as you can register for the workshop on her page. If it hasn't been set up, I'm sure it'll be set up in the next couple of days. And again, it's only $15. And if you enjoyed the talk, imagine the workshop. Also, a reminder that next week we will be moving into the first chapter or the first section of our talk on the untethered soul. If you haven't gotten your book, visit smile.amazon.com. Hopefully you've added us as your nonprofit and go ahead and purchase the book both in physical form and on your Kindle. I love my Kindle. And follow along with us. As I said, we're going to be doing it by sections, not by chapters. So you're going to definitely want to read for anything that you've missed or something that may touch you per se. With that being said, let's go ahead and hold our gifts in our hand or in our heart as we say together, divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And our prayer for protection is the light of God surrounds us, and we affirm for ourselves that I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and I am divine. And it is so true. Just repeat that. I am divine as we enter into this week. I am so grateful for you being here today. I am so grateful for the gifts you have given us. And I am so grateful for your presence in my life, for it makes a difference in my growth. And with that, I am truly blessed to hope that you guys will be here next week.